It was 1984 when the first Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open was held on a temporary course in Frick Park in the city of Pittsburgh. The event was the first ever PDGA-sanctioned tournament in Pittsburgh. It's been more than 20 years since that first tournament, and the tournament has endured location changes and several years where it wasn't even held. This year brings the 20th time this Western Pennsylvania Classic tournament will be held. The challenge brought by the two world-class courses at Moraine State Park and Nob Hill are enough to bring touring pros Barry Schultz and Nico LaCastro to this Super Tour event. In years past, we've brought you coverage of the Eastern PA Super Tour at the Eric C. Yetter Champions Cup. Now get ready to head west in PA as Disc Golf Monthly starts now. Welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the 2008 Shoals Bicycle Center 20th Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open Disc Golf Tournament at Nob Hill Community Park and Moraine State Park. Matt, it looks like we have a great event here in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of history. It's a great event, and we got some world-class players on some great courses.
Yes, we do. Both these courses, both Moraine and Nob Hill, will challenge the top-notch disc golfers that we have here today. We have Barry Schultz, former world champion from Wisconsin. You got Elaine King from Canada. You got Joe Mela from Pennsylvania and Jim Myers from Maryland playing in the Masters Division. So top-notch talent, plus all the young and up-and-comers that are trying to take that title away from Barry Schultz out here today. With a mixed bag of weather, it's raining, tee pads are slick, and tight fairways should make an interesting round of golf.
Great, Matt. Well, it looks like we have another great show lined up for you. Matt, let's go down to the courts and check out some of the earlier action in the event. 2008 marks the 20th time for Pittsburgh's premier event, the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open. This is a tournament in which pros and amateur players take turns each day playing on two different courses. On day one, the AMs get to play the classic Nob Hill course, while the Open players take on the pro par 4 and 5 world-class Moraine State Park course. On the second day of this two-day event, pros and AMs switch courses and play a round which will be followed by a cutoff in the field of players to allow for a gallery to watch the Pro Open Division play a final 18 holes. Players come from near and far to participate in this event, like Team Discraft member Elaine King, who came all the way from Ontario, Canada. Elaine shares with us the evolution of the changes that greet players at the PFDO.
I love playing in Pittsburgh. The club does a fantastic job. They've got great courses, starting with Shenley Park way back when, which was a tough technical course. Then they put in Nob Hill Park, which had rolling hills as well as some good technical difficulty. When people got used to that, they put in the long tees at Nob Hill, which made it a crazy challenge. That course eventually got kind of worked in, played down, and finally they put in Moraine here. And Moraine, again, the first couple of years, very rough, very challenging, lots of prickles and things, but it's getting gradually beat in. It's a beautiful course, very, very challenging, and it's a challenge that brings me back, as well as a greatly run tournament.
Barry Schultz played at this event when Moraine State Park was added as one of the courses at the event, and returned this year to see the progress of the course, which offers players a challenge of pro par 4 and 5 hole layouts. He also came to show some appreciation for the hard work by the members of the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Society on the two courses.
What brought me here was a couple of local guys, Jay Gary Dropko and Jerry Goucher, two guys that I know from over the years and have put a lot of work in courses over here. And I was here the first year that Moraine was used for the tournament here in Pittsburgh, and I really wanted to see what had happened to the course over those 2 or 3, 4 years, see how it changed, see how it improved. And they run a quality event here, and it was open weekend for me on the schedule, so I came on over.
The Pittsburgh Flying Disc Society is the host club of this Super Tour event. Open Masters player Bobby Jones shares what he enjoys about this event.
Beautiful courses here, difficulty, camaraderie, Jay Gary, KB, Mike Speaker, Costizzo, everybody, they put on a great show here. And we have nothing like this in New York. Nothing. This is a great course.
But what is it about Moraine State Park that he loves so much and finds so challenging?
The fact that the elevation changes, the tight fairways, the bad things that can happen to you, the good things that can happen to you. It's like, this is a golf course. You must play smart golf. And as a former ball golfer, I know course management. If you don't manage the course, you don't score well.
Tournament Director J. Gary Dropcho shares with us what's so fantastic about the Shoals Bicycle Center 20th Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open.
It's huge. We've got a great field of open and amateur players, 138 players right now. It's our 20th year. We're using 2 world-class courses here at Moraine State Park and at Nob Hill Park. And it's a qualifier for the Vibram Open, and it's going to be the best Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open ever.
Gary takes us back and shares with us memories of the first ever Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open tournament.
The first Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open, I believe, was in 1984. It was held in Frick Park in Pittsburgh. Steve Coleman was the tournament director. It was actually the first PDGA tournament in Pittsburgh. And Steve actually won that tournament in I think on the last hole of the tournament. He made a putt to win, and Johnny Sias was the second place winner that year, second place finisher. So that was a long time ago. Since that time, that was even a temporary course, so we didn't have a permanent course in Pittsburgh at that time. And now there are 4 18-hole permanent world-class courses in Pittsburgh, as well as a number of 9-hole courses, and the sport is just booming in Western PA with new courses going in the regional area.
This tournament has been title sponsored by Shoals Bicycle Center, who in addition to selling awesome bikes, is a tremendous supporter of disc golf, selling a fine selection of disc golf discs at their store right around the corner from the Nob Hill course. To get more information about them on the web, visit www.shoalsbike.com. And now it's time, once again, where we try to help you improve your game as we bring you this month's What About Disc Golf segment. This month we have a repeat demonstration by 2008 AM Worlds champion, Jeremy Colling. Congratulations on being King of the AM Worlds, Big Jerm.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Colling. I'm here with Discraft. I'll show you a little bit about how to throw some distance shots. I'm using the brand new high-speed driver Discraft came out with, the ESP Force. This thing is just super overstable and super fast, so what I like to do is I like to warm up with little towel throws. Get your arm loose, get your cores and your technique right before you go out there and rip it. This is how I grip it. It's my power grip. It's unique to most people's, but I mean everybody has different grips, so it's just whatever feels most comfortable to you. Woo! And I'm gonna throw a couple sidearms here. When I hold my sidearm, and that's usually the throw I go to for most accuracy shots, I keep 2 fingers tucked in tight on the rim. And when I'm releasing it, I wanna make sure that my elbow is 90 degrees away from my hip, tucked in tight. And I wanna swing my hips before I bring my arm across my body. And I just want to follow through, pointing to the direction that I'm trying to aim. That's how I throw distance shots.
And that wraps it up for this month's What About Disc Golf?